help. I know my letters.
Good morrow to you, my friend. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. Now this, I believe you will find most interesting. You wish to study the tomes?
Right, Clive. My dad had it all worked out.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours. Can we catch them?
The Iron Yard's one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise! And the world's never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Clive, what do you know of Barnabas Tharm?
Only what the bards sing. That he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne. And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
What we must.
The light! I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
Bollocks! All hands! Man your stations!
Everyone with me? Here they come.
I haven't felt this alive in 20 summers!
Come on then! Which of you lot fancies meeting Ogre Killer Jacks?
I thought it was called Heartbreaker.
Don't let the coffin be cleared. Without the paying of 70 banquet bed.
Mid needs every moment we can give her.
Behind me, Lord Rosfield.
I'll take care of these fuckers. Behind you! I'll have you know, Earthbreaker here once struck fear into the heart of every man in the Twins.
About that offer, Gav.
How are we doing, mate? I thought you said that ship was fast! I haven't stopped this alive in 20 summers!
Don't let the coffin be cleared. Without the paying of 70 banquet bed.
was easy enough.
All right, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready to sail.
You heard the captain.
Clive?
But I thought he was...
Confounded. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
Up for another round?
Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield?
My boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner. Or was it my ex? No matter, heads will roll all the same.
Mate, new plan! You leave, we follow!
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bugger me! Weigh anchor! Engines dead slow ahead!
Have care, my friend. It is not blood that runs through an enemy's veins. These foes will not fall easily.
But they will fall. Like oaks before a woodman's axe. Good thing I brought one!
How long are we meant to keep this up?
As long as it takes.
Unless you have a better idea. Well, I've already killed at least 5 of the bastards.
Fuck it! Let's do the lot!
Should we make for the ship?
Not yet. Wait for my signal. Too slow.
In your own time, Clive!
Right, run for it! Now, mate!
All right, engines full ahead! And hold on tight!
What do you want?
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
Now back to your stations! Every bell spent treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive? The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye, and they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ah! You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Brandalar can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds attend you.
As for you, Joshua, take care.
I shall do my best, Uncle.
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back. Cheerio! Oh, yeah. Do keep up, my boy.
Well, we can't have him showing us up now, can we?
We would never hear the end of it.
Brig of Mercy. All this. What have I done?
My lord.
between here and Waloed, but any ship heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow. Maintain our current bearing north-northeast, and we'll catch the Black Galleon before she vanishes again.
What's to prevent her from circling around Ash from the south?
With these winds in those waters, it'd take 'em forever and a fortnight to reach Stonehenge.
Mid knows what she's talking about, Clive. Better than any of us lot, anyway. I say we do as she tells.
Sails on the horizon.
She's ours. Look alive, boys! Full ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Aye, aye! Do you feel that?
Jill.
All hands! Battle stations! Let's see what this girl can do.
Where one leads, so does the other follow. The bond of consciousness which joins them, condemning both to the same fate. Yet my every attempt to strike it from their hearts serves only to tighten its hold. Fascinating. But then, there is naught my blade cannot sever.
Great Gregor's gas!
One of us.
Hard a port! Heads down, you brutes! And brace for impact!
It's now or never.
I'll find her.
Bloody hell! Out of starboard!
Where did you hide her, Barnabas?
will fight at last. We're all going to die.
I need to hurry. Hold on. I'm coming. For both of you.
That's the shepherd!
Let's try. Jill!
You came.
Get back!
Clive, how did you...
I'll explain later. Hands. Can you walk?
Out of here I can.
Stand still!
Phoenix. Are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame.
In earnest, then.
Can you go on?
I think so. But to where?
What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade. The world will soon be painted in black. And all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the Mother Crystals and restore balance to the world.
Come. Do you truly think it's so simple? The blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering. You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
Now, it is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate. However much it may hurt.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive, no.
Trust me, Jill.
We don't have to do this.
Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty. Let's try. In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much. Yet as a vessel, I fear my lord will still find you lacking. Rise, Mythos. Defend yourself! All this fire and fury, and for what? Stopping the blight. A foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man.
How dare you?
You know naught of this world nor of our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods. I have seen enough. If reason cannot sway you, there are other means of persuasion that might. Raise your guard. Cut you free. Cast off your chains. Come. You will assume the mantle you've been given. And thus is the light of hope severed. You would yield so soon.
Never.
Clive!
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath of the Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon. It is too much for even his chosen few. Apart from you, Mythos. You wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
No.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Salvation? And abandon everything we hold dear?
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours, and not your gods.
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Clive!
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become.
Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Ash is not far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try. Don't look back!
The others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they would have seen the ice where it led. We need only wait till dawn. This is the second time Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
And maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe? But do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for. Of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so low. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Myself? I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving. Provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want, then...
Don't worry, Clive. It is. This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me.
if I am to continue on, having pledged my life to those I love. And I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill, we will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough. Whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last Mother Crystal.
The Einherjar is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, the place was still overrun with Akashic.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up that hideaway. But I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so. I should visit Joshua. Assuming Talia will allow it.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackwell, anyway. The mine's just down the road from there, are spewing at Aoife like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. If something ain't done soon, the whole place will be overrun.
I won't let that...
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. You reckon we should tell him?
No.
Yeah, well...
How was she? With the Enterprise, I mean.
Ah, see.
Don't tell me.
Oh, no. I'm working on bringing another one. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top. For additional let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. Only mithril engines get hotter. Trouble is, we won't be able to make out of any... And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exactly that. Any chance you could help?
If it's for the good of the...
Oh.
So?
We've got a couple of examples here.
More fallen material. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more...
That's right. They're a bit like the... And what's more, they're directional. Transferring heat. We've collected as many as we can. And I know where we...
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes?
That's it in a nutshell. We're only 3 short, mate. There's one up Amber Way, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmekia.
All right, then.
Will do.
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson today?
Can the... lost?
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? I've never had.
So what do I owe the honor? What do you want? Not bad, if I do say so myself. And?
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Papio nuts and all.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me. But I can speak to her at least.
Come back. Covered in nicks and lumps.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
How are you doing? Here you go.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago. Those things I said before.
Oh, Clive. My wards and I may soon be with...
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his loft.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second only to his Radiant, not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes...
And what does he want with North?
He wants to transform a foundation upon which to build... He's already secured the support of the various army remnants.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to
What does Captain Philippe make of it? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around.
How? By speaking a man whose stated aim is to revive the Empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. No. Any attempt, but given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be...
Who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal for your services to Northreach? You have the respect of... And unlike Philippe, no bonds of... Well?
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Tell me then. In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops.
All right. I may have met this Duke before. The Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope. make a strong impression.
As long as you remain available.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass, but you should be all right. Wait here. I'll...
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought...
Ah, you are worried the expanded garrison will render your services, yet you needn't be. A pride of place, in fact. For too long, but no more. For it is they who shall see the holy...
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed, which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around. Plans are already underway. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together.
The people will do it. If Sandbreck is to be one whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary, so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the...
I suspect they're afraid.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there...
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. The citizens revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Sabine, you are embarrassing.
As long as you remain.
You needn't fret. The creatures...
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
All right there.
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke.
Not much. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. And now he's trying to drive us out completely. Threatening... If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about us.
Nothing good going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word...
I take it you'd rather she was it.
As far as I'm concerned, just need his eminence to...
Why?
A question. What do you think of the Duke?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, Ernie. If he thinks he's... we'll do whatever it takes to keep whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
I heard it was a dreadful.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts.
Well, I mean, look around us. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteer, I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the And if that means people who don't...
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
Yourself.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of... Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me. All I know is that unless... Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs. Once Sandbreak is back on Earth...
As long as you remain, the veil will cease.
You're the one who was talking to his...
On the Dame's behalf, yes. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the tap. If the Duke can get us some men and the equipment we need to fight off those...
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this. Captain.
For you? Certainly. Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of... Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, it's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial...
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the...
That's right.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either.
And she's probably... Thank you, Clive. I know what I need. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't... Well, duty calls, so I better go. Thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive, were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was.
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the town. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in...
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions. And I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the... Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather that the soldiers, meanwhile, are... And not just because of the Duke's rank.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sandbreak, I dare say I thank you for trying. But the battle is...
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in. I told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those...
Why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I can. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together. With you to lead us, milady, I reckon it was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been Northreach. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I'm...
Anything for you, Miller. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrow... I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the Guard.
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into... But I suspect I shall have to call upon your... Until then, Clive.
Until then.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Let of us believe.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. All right. To deal with these ones first. Fine how. Now to find this spherical echo. This is it. Right then. What's happened?
Ah, Clive, you'll be pleased to know that...
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Rand... But I still have much and more to... You couldn't do me a quick favor, could...
What is it this time?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the... Find out exactly how much fun...
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
Don't blame yourself, Elle. This is their fault. I know, but no buts about...
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican Army have fallen. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the Army jumped at the chance.
And you had no...
None at all.
Elle? I saw Vonnie leave.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the... How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. This isn't over. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. You go to Cashlock, Theo. Even if I fail to free these bearers, someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well... for meeting the Silver Peak Consortium. She'll never join them after this, surely. She means to stay with us, then.
You have to trust her.
You're right. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do... So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar, then. Better not keep Eloise waiting.
What's happened?
What I wouldn't give for a home.
This is the end of it. When are they gonna let us through?
To the stables, girl. I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the Consortium?
Here they are now.
You wished to consult with me?
I did. It's about we had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves.
You misunderstand. The Consortium had... It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions. But what is done is done.
Alas, you are too late yet. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for them. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings.
That does sound no matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. And with it,
my associates will be sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
as am I. He was right. Yes, the Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the consortium, but I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out.
You tried.
I did. And they deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The villagers, a pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can. They need help.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there.
Hold on, Theo. Come on. To the stables, girl. Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village.
We just have to pray he makes it out.
I can do better than that. These creatures have already turned. It's over. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. There's a good boy. Nice try. Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! And so will you! Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore,
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life? He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer. In more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be, bringing smiles to people's faces just like we always have, and to Theo's. Wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own. To continue helping you however I can. Whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then. For Theodore.
Good girl. Yeah! Straight home now. Don't get surrounded. Two down, one to go.
Take that, you naughty...
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure? I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
We'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be, until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud, by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you.
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor?
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, sick.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, a sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandit, and he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once, but we must strike together.
All right.
There's one upriver.
Leave it with me. Come on.
Yeah! Those mad well.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off!
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid. I
know, but...
No.
What is it?
The whole town's saying that Lubor...
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape. Some of the children spotted him, and when Lubor felled him, and without a Christ...
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but
You're right.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just, well,
We're sorry, Luke, but we just couldn't anymore.
there's nothing to be sorry for. All that matters to me is that you...
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard. We need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them.
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, I can't promise anything, and that is all I can ask.
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a...
He knew all along that he...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right.
The rumors that he's...
He'll never be mayor now.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this, at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil. And they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refuse to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearers? I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope. But...
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us.
We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
I would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
Lord Rosfield. Is that...
Perhaps. My brother said that you... Have you learned anything of note?
Little unless.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will... Even now, our...
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. As if protecting the secret.
Secrets we'd see on...
Should our methods be... Mayhap it would please you to observe.
Would that be possible?
Of course. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. I was due to visit my colleagues there to... If you would consent to do so in my stead...
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village.
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey.
Good girl.
Yeah!
All right. You deserve a rest.
Faster!
This might take a while. Be safe. Oh no.
You'll pay for this. They still be spiders. thing is, say it's their leader. Just try. Should have stayed in the path. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here.
I see. That... May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another. But for a survey... Ah, you are... Aye. Here, take them. My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you for... Cyril, losses which could have been avoided. Had the others not chosen to complete their work, were these your orders? No. Every Undying devotes his life... Even when death is of... My lord, the Undying have served the Phoenix for countless... We live to serve the Phoenix. Cyril, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their life. Provide your survey parties with an escort. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix. Please. I thank you, if you will permit me to respond. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is as first shield to the Phoenix. I do. Then we are of the same mind. faster.
Straight home now. That's all of them. Owen can uncross his toes now. Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Ah, Clive, I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up at Seeds for planting. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself, as have those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. And if you're wondering why you, Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it...
All right.
Thanks. There. That...
Gizal greens.
Not the most... Better that than something that... And chocobos love them too. They ain't exactly succulent.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
do. There you go. That all, is it?
Just because the heavens have gone to Rackaroon, it don't mean we have to.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Doris.
I'll give your offer some thought, my...
How goes the investigation?
Sid.
You.
Of course. And it had to be me. She's no fool.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So...
I'd say so. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to... She's dangerous, Sid. But
then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort.
the Baum Archers, soon to break camp. The Guardian saying we're supposed to grow our own food.
Victuals Martha sends us are more than enough for me.
Ah, what brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from...
These are Martha's keen to cut the apron. I jest. But they'd long since gone to seed.
Martha was hoping he might be, so that they'll be able to fend.
That's not a bad... These bearers had only recently escaped. They know little of freedom, unless we teach them how to live. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves. Unfortunately...
The Horde is close. They're coming, Sir Wade.
Damn it all. Gather the men in the square.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek. A veritable legion of them. We don't have the numbers to hold...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely.
What if you could call on reinforcements from East...
You mean the bearers? We brought them...
So wait. Though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians.
You're right, my lord. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village, your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it...
Thanks to you.
Me?
Lord Rosfield,
So what's the plan of...
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments. Upon engaging with the Akashic...
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, with luck, that point, and for you and I to finish...
A sound plan. I'd say you have both in abundance away, please.
Ha! And let...
Sir Wade!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, each shielding the other that no man might... For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes. I will not let this village fall.
It's over.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rosfield!
What What is it?
Owl from the rest.
Or the better half of her gut. So wait.
Hard to say. I could order it.
No. You stay here too. I'll go after the cut. Join me only when East...
If you're sure, may the Founder
Next one's mine. I might not know one.
Ready, go? Faster! With me, Torgal. Come on. All right. Back to Eastport.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now. We have to fight to protect...
And we shall. This is our home.
They'll have us to answer to.
Come on, then. Let's get to...
This village isn't going to rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord. After all...
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian. But you should be proud, or I'll have to pull my weight too. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue?
Of course. And us Rosarians have got to stick together.
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come buy the gold. I ain't paid you for delivering them.
All right.
Lord Rossfield, clearing the goblins from the still... There's one side that, since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like when the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never...
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of...
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
The hero? It's lucky you came, but not only did my seeds get delivered...
I just did what I...
And it's only right that you take it before...
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's and a home to free bear...
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that. Loath as I am to recall that...
I take it you didn't always...
Well, if you really want to know... In fact, that's how I met him. He showed up at the stables one day. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Me, I thought he was a new constable. And before I knew it, the cheeky horse was rattling on at me about told me I was giving them relief, but right under my skin it did. And do you know what he did? And then I did the same.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. Just like your dad. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that...
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their...
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's all good thing we've got a few half-de... It's almost enough to give... Anyway, better get back to work. Let's see about making up at least the folks who say...
That sounds like...